Hey CBOQ friends, Alvin here. This is your monthly snapshot for the month of October 2025. First of all, for October and November, we have a bunch of things that are coming up, especially for students and emerging leaders. So first of all, let me tell you a few things about it. Number one, our Ascent regional retreats. We have 4 of them coming up in the next few months. The first one is happening at Camp Quasant, November 7 to 9. This is for youth ministries, junior highs, grades 6 to 12, who are asking you to join us for this regional retreat. This month we have, for this first one, we have Matt Benny, who is one of our youth pastors from First Baptist Welland, who's going to be joining us as our speaker, as well as worship from a new and up-and-coming team within the Sanctus Church community. So looking forward to having them. But for this one, we are also looking forward to being at Camp Quasant, where we're looking at having up to 150 of you joining us together for this retreat. Now, just a reminder, even though this particular retreat is geared toward those in the GTA and those churches along the 400 highway, this is actually open to any of our CBOQ churches and maybe even non-CBOQ churches to join us for this one. You are not bound by the regions that we have our retreats in. While they may be closer to you, you can actually attend any of our retreats as you'd like. So information about the Ascent retreats is available at cboq.ca/ascent. Now, we also know that for some of you, you are actually hosting your own retreats, or you're collaborating with some other youth ministries that are not necessarily CBOQ related in those kinds of retreats. And so whether you're hosting your own or whether you're hosting one with a group of churches, we would love to hear about those opportunities. And maybe if you're open to having other churches join you for those as well. And if you need some additional support in those retreats, not to say that we're going to come and run it for you, not to say that we're here to take over them, but really, if you are looking for some additional supports in those, reach out to us and we would love to find out ways that we can be supporting you and the retreat that you are hosting. Now, going back to the Ascent retreats, one of the things that we're looking for is for volunteers to help us to run these retreats, what we call our implementation team. Now, we're looking for youth and young adults ages 16 and older to join us, not just to help us to run these retreats, but more specifically, we want to help provide opportunities for them to grow in their gifts and their skills. You know, one of the key things about these retreats is that they get a chance to try different opportunities, different elements, different maybe areas of stretching them in those ministry skills, so that hopefully as those continue to be developed and honed and strengthened, that they can actually return back to your home church and be a more effective member and more effective servant in the different ways that God has equipped them. So for those who are looking to volunteer with us, we would ask you to apply at cboq.ca/ascent. Now, maybe you have youth or young adults who have some great ministry initiative ideas, and they just haven't found a way to take off with those yet. So you might want to consider our student-led microgrants. Now, the next deadline is coming up on October 15th, but the next one after that is for April 15th, and you might want to take some time to think through with them what that looks like. These are opportunities for them to lead, new initiatives that perhaps God has instilled in them, that God has given them for them to use. Different ways for them to reach out to their peer groups. Maybe it's a digital way. Maybe it's a different format than they're used to. Whatever that might be, especially if it's an outreach opportunity, we would love for them to apply for one of these student-led microgrants. And so again, all the information is available at cboq.ca/student-led grants. We also announced a few weeks ago that we are excited to have the return of Center Court, our outreach event that we do with the Toronto Raptors. Now, again, this is an opportunity for your youth ministry to invite their friends to a place where they get to enjoy, hopefully, a good Raptors game. But more than that, they get a chance to stay afterwards for a post-game program where we get to have Herbie Kuhn, the voice and the co-chaplain of the Toronto Raptors, MC with us. And we may have a special guest joining us for that. But also in that post-game program, for some of your students, they get a chance to actually be on court for some of our activities. And so this is happening on Sunday, November the 23rd. Information is available at cboq.ca/centercourt25. And just a reminder that we have a limited block of tickets available for that event. And so if you're looking for a way for your students to be able to invite their friends into a safe environment, to be able to hear how Jesus impacts different people's lives, and perhaps even for those invited friends to build a trust with your group so that they continue on those faith conversations, we would love to see them there on November the 23rd. For youth leaders, there are a couple of upcoming opportunities for you to continue to grow in your ministry skills and also in your understanding of youth ministry. The first one is the Toronto Children's Ministry Conference. Now, you're probably wondering, what does a kids ministry conference have to do with youth ministry? A few things. First of all, this is a great opportunity for you to get some insights about how this upcoming generation is developing. What are some different trends? What are some things to take note of, especially as they're going to be entering your youth ministry in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? And so this is one way to get some of those insights ahead of time. Also, some of the workshops, some of the content is actually a great way for you to continue to hone your youth ministry skills. A lot of the things that they're going to be looking at is actually very applicable to youth ministry. So we invite you to be a part of that. And also, if you have student leaders who are helping out either in your own youth ministry or in your church's kids ministry, this is another way for them to continue to grow in their faith ministry development. And so maybe this is a great chance for you to actually join alongside them in that development as well. There are some great group rates available to you. So whether you're joining in person at Bayview Glen Church or whether you're joining online, we invite you to register at torontochildrensministryconference.ca. And hopefully we can see you there on Saturday, November the 1st. We're also inviting you to set aside Saturday, November the 28th for today's Teens Conference, the longest youth ministry training conference there is in Ontario. And so this year, there are a number of great speakers lined up, but also we want you to think about it as a team, especially if you have a youth ministry team, to think about ways how you can join together for this training experience. It's not just an opportunity for you to be able to hone your youth ministry skills and also take the next step in that development, but also as a team for you to grow together and maybe see what are the different ways that God might be inspiring you, challenging you as a youth ministry team. And so again, there are some great group rates available for you. We invite you to even start registering now. You may not even know exactly everyone who's going, and that's okay. You can actually set aside a block of tickets for your group and then start seeing who might be those people who are going to join you on February the 28th. In the meantime, all the details are available at todaysteens.ca. Some of you have been asking about the 5-to-1 church that we've been talking about the last few months. Part of it is because originally we were planning to do a pilot project on this. But given the response and given how so many of you have been asking about this, we have had to ramp up the different ways that we are looking at helping our churches to understand what does it mean to be a 5-to-1 church and what are the best ways to move forward in that. Our intention is that in the next few weeks, sometime before the end of November, we will have some of the initial resources available for you. And we'll continue to build over the coming months as well. So keep an eye out for that as we will be releasing that information hopefully in the next few weeks. But in the meantime, if you have questions, feel free to ask me. Would love to chat with you about the 5-to-1 church. By the way, this year, Halloween, October 31st, is falling on a Friday night. And just curious, what are ways that you might be hosting or what are the ways that you are ministering on that particular night? And so if you have certain ideas, we would love for you to share them with us so that we can in turn share them with others and maybe provide different inspirations that people might have and how they might be able to continue to minister to their neighborhood and their community on that particular night. October is also not just for Thanksgiving, but also known as Pastor's Appreciation Month. And here's the thing, whether you are a volunteer who's been serving in your youth ministry for a short time or for a long time, maybe for some of you, you are on staff and one of your responsibilities is youth ministry. The fact is, maybe for some of you, you are parents who are helping out in your youth ministry. Whatever way that you have been serving in this particular area of ministry, we are grateful for the ways that you continue to walk alongside these youth, whether in your church or in your neighborhood, to help them to see who Jesus is and to help understand the message that he brings to not just them, but to everyone around them. And what are the ways that they can extend that love and grace to their friends and to others in their neighborhood. And so we are grateful for the ways that you continue to do that, how you faithfully do that. For many of you, how you do that maybe in ways that stretch you as well. And so, whatever ways that we can continue to support you in that, let us know. In the meantime, we continue to thank God for you. We continue to thank God for the ways that you are bringing the person and message of Jesus to your youth in your church and your neighborhood. So, blessings to you.